the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Susan Tran.
Hi, I'm Chris Flanagan. Hundreds of workers at the FAA have now been fired. Comes as the Trump administration continues slashing the federal government. But the move has raised deep concerns about the safety of flying. Of course, fresh off last month's mid-air collision over the Potomac. That was the deadliest plane crash we've seen in 2 decades.
And there are, of course, reports that it was just one air traffic controller doing the job of 2 people at the time of that crash. DC News Now's Max Marcella spoke with a person who was just fired. And Max, did that worker get any indications he was about to lose his job?
Well, Chris and Susan, this former FAA worker says he had no indication that he was going to lose his job. In fact, he said he had a good relationship with his manager and recently got good reviews. So when he woke up on Saturday morning to an email that he was fired and lost his job, he was shocked. And his story is not unique. Just weeks after a fatal mid-air collision near DCA left 67 people dead, a shakeup to the agency overseeing the U.S. aviation industry. The Trump administration firing hundreds of FAA workers.
It's been chaos.
David Sparrow, president of the Professional Aviation Safety Specialists Union, says workers from maintenance mechanics to aeronautical information specialists were fired by email late Friday night.
Let's call them the unsung heroes. Behind the unsung heroes.
People reach out to us for issues that are out in the airspace.
Jason, whose face we're blurring to protect his identity, was fired from his job at the FAA 2 months after starting. He operates as a tech support for air traffic control software in the airspace around the airport. The layoffs targeted probationary employees, but Jason says many of them have lots of experience. He's worked as a contractor for years before he joined the FAA.
I think they're going to lose a huge knowledge base, not just with me, but with everybody.
Sparrow says it's still safe to fly, but he thinks the firings were harmful.
We have plenty of backups and redundancies out there to make sure that if one thing doesn't work, another one picks it up. But at the end of the day, we have to be able to sustain that. And if we don't have the people available to do it, it's going to erode.
Now, the Transportation Department says no air traffic controllers were part of the layoffs, nor were anyone they describe as people who perform critical safety functions. Reporting live at Reagan National, Max Marcella, DC News Now.
There were protests all across the country pushing back against President Trump and billionaire Elon Musk. The rallies seen in all 50 states and D.C. They were dubbed No Kings on President's Day. This protest taking place in Michigan, Georgia, and here in the district. This was the second set of nationwide protests against the administration in less than 2 weeks. And there were also demonstrations in Maryland.
That's where protesters, they gathered in Hagerstown to voice their frustration and anger over Trump's slashing of the federal workforce. The United Democrats of Washington County led this rally, and they called the firings and layoffs they're arbitrary and unfair, and say that they will hurt thousands of families and negatively impact so many important government programs.
People are losing jobs. I understand in Washington, D.C. alone, they've had over 4,000 people that are now out of a job.
Abe Lincoln, who said, that we cannot afford to lose our country, the government for the people and by the people that it endures.
That group, the United Democrats, says the downsizing process is resulting in chaos in and around the nation's capital and across the country.
We're going to have continuing coverage on the Trump layoffs ahead in our next half hour, but you can always stay on top of the details and find more in-depth coverage on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
All right, our other big story of the night, the weather, of course, windy and chilly out there right now.
Right, and then we're looking at a possible storm. Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb, are we going to get more snow?
A little bit at this point. And of course, that storm system's evolving. So we've gone from 12 inches to now 2. So that's how widespread the movement of that storm system that has not really fully formed out towards the plains just yet. If you have family and friends in the center of the country, parts of Dallas, Oklahoma City, that's where they're going to see a significant cold front and some snow accumulation. It's very windy right now. That is our main main focus, that the winds need to die down. But most of the week, they are going to be pretty blustery across Kaiser, Cumberland, 40 to 45 miles per hour, DC metro area up to 20 miles per hour, compared to sustained winds 75 last night, hurricane force. And that's why you still have leftover power outages from central Montgomery County into Frederick out towards Prince George's County as well. Things are getting a little bit better with that, but you do have feels like temperatures, the wind chills. They are tough, from the teens to near single digits the farther west that you go, 27 for DC. Really, we have a few alerts from frigid conditions to the west, but it's St. Mary's that we're watching right now, winter storm watch, because we have that larger system on Wednesday. We'll look at that coming up.
All right, Janessa, let's talk more about those strong winds. They took down trees and power lines in Maryland. In Prince George's County, crews had to wait for those wind gusts to die down before it was safe to work on restoring power.
Yeah, but many families remain in the dark right now. For some, no electricity also means no heat on a very cold night. DC News Now's Tim Reed has more from some very frustrated neighbors in the Laurel community.
This neighborhood in Laurel, Maryland was hit hard Sunday night, and many residents lost power. Some folks have power now, but many still don't. I talked to several residents today who say this experience was frustrating.
I'll get underneath the covers, and everybody kind of got around some candles.
Roy Beverly's home lost electricity Sunday night, and his family used blankets to stay warm and lit candles in the dark. Fortunately, his power was restored this afternoon around 3 p.m.
Well, it was frustrating because, like I said, we woke up this morning, they told us that we wouldn't get ours back till Wednesday around 11 p.m. And I was like, at that point, I have a dog, and I was thinking, we may have to check into a hotel or go stay with somebody because the temperature was dropping. So
couldn't fix no food in the kitchen, had no heat for the houses. Kids were complaining about the weather conditions.
Chris Simpson also lost his power. He decided to pack up his family of 4 and go spend the night with friends until his power came back around 2:30 Monday afternoon.
I'm very thankful. I feel for those that don't have their power on right now. I can understand the struggles for those families that are trying to get by through these cold winters.
Strong winds knocked down power lines and trees. BG&E power crews spent the day restoring power, but many are still in the dark tonight and don't have electricity, trying to stay warm.
I just appreciate it. Thank God that, it came back when it did.
According to BG&E, many power customers' homes will not have electricity until sometime on Wednesday. In Laurel, Maryland, Tim Reed, DC News Now.
Developing tonight in Canada, a Delta Airlines plane crash lands, flipping over there at Toronto Airport, and you could see the plane on its roof here at the tarmac. 17 people, including a child, were hurt. The plane had 76 passengers and 4 crew members. Everyone is accounted for. The flight coming in from Minneapolis, that is, crashing around 2:15 Eastern time at Canada's busiest airports, one of them. Flights have resumed tonight, but 2 runways, they're going to remain closed during the investigation. No word yet on what caused this plane to crash.
We have new details tonight on a triple shooting that killed 2 men in Northeast D.C. Those victims have now been identified as DeAndre Williams of Waldorf, Maryland, and Deontay Bryant of Northeast D.C. Shooting happened around 1 o'clock Sunday afternoon on Minnesota Avenue near Benning Road and 295. The 3rd man did survive that shooting. Prince George's County police are investigating a deadly shooting in Hyattsville. Say a man was found shot and killed inside of a car last night. Happened just before 7 on East Marlboro Avenue near East Spring Street. So far, no arrests have been made.
New tonight, the president's nominee for D.C.'s top federal prosecutor is conservative activist Ed Martin. He's currently the interim U.S. attorney. Martin has echoed Trump's unfounded claims that he lost the 2020 election because it was stolen. He also defended January 6th insurrectionists and oversaw the dismissal of hundreds of those cases. The Senate will now have to confirm Martin's nomination.
All new tonight, one of the oldest African-American congregations in the nation announcing it's not hosting its annual Christmas performance at the Kennedy Center.
The church says since President Trump appointed himself as chairman, the leadership at the center no longer aligns with the church's values. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live near the Kennedy Center.
And Daniel, this is one of a growing list of performances that have now been canceled.
Chris and Susan, big names like Issa Rae have canceled their performances, while others have been just scrubbed from the lineup. Leaders at Alfred Baptist Church tell me it wasn't an easy decision, but one they felt was necessary. For decades, the Kennedy Center has been a bipartisan venue.
The Kennedy Center has long been a space that's honored artistic expression from all backgrounds.
But since President Donald Trump abruptly took over the Kennedy Center board and proclaimed, quote, woke was over, artists and organizations are pulling away.
We believe in pursuing justice, promoting equality, embracing diversity, and caring for all of creation. And it was kind of in that vein that we decided to cancel our hosting of our Christmas performance at the Kennedy Center.
Charles Monterio Jr. says for the past 5 years, Alfred Street Baptist Church has held their Christmas performance at the Kennedy Center.
We tend to have about 2,500 from our community in attendance at the Kennedy Center. That's on top of the 300 or more usually participants, singers, dancers, drama.
Monterio says it's in the best interest of those performers and the community to cancel their contract for 2025.
We just kind of prayerfully got to the place where we could not, in good conscience, support an institution that does not uphold inclusivity and the celebration of diverse artistic traditions.
Now, the Christmas show will go on. It's just a matter of where that will be. Church leaders are currently looking at their options. We're live in Northwest. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.